Hey, Coop here. Uh, I know a lot of people were wondering why did I skip a week. Well, I did that for a reason. I did that because I want you all to pluck. So if you're plucking for an hour, 5 days a week, weekends you take off, you do it an hour a day, 2 weeks, that one string should be getting pretty easy for you. So I'm back, ready to give you part two of the pluck thing. Okay? uh, you need to continue to do this. I call this the suffering stage. Yes, this is the suffering stage. Let me give you a quick scenario, a little story about how it works. There's something about me. When I was in the army, 17 years old, I when I went to boot camp, I'm looking at the guys in the we had the army fatigues on, like the battle fatigues on, and they had on their dress fatigues, and they graduated, they were going home to see their families. So when I first went there, I was like, oh man, I don't even want to be here, and it was just the beginning stage of disciplining you or disciplining me. So when I saw those guys leave, they were teasing us. We was coming in, they cut our hair bald. You had to shave and you had to wear these the boots and oh excuse me, but it was just more of a the suffering stage. You gotta do push-ups, you gotta run, you gotta remember to put your hat on before you go outside. Uh, you gotta clean the trash cans and all that. It just made me, you were in the suffering stage. But then when you look 90 days down the road, you were in those dress, uniforms, and the new troops were coming in, and you were like, "Dang, I remember that boy." You were smiling. You know why? Because you suffered. You suffered through that, and you made it through it. And you know what? But see, it's psychological. That's what I'm trying to get to people to understand that. And what I'm getting at is, if you practice every day, no matter what, fit it in your schedule, practice. And for those parents out there, let me put this out there too. Think about it. It's a good one. Don't beat your kids. You don't have to beat them. You don't have to holler at them. You might have to do a little bit, but not like screaming crazy. But look here, if your kid is a musician or they're trying to be one, figure this one out. When the kids get in trouble or they get bad grades, instead of putting them on punishment and all that, make them practice their instrument for like an hour a day, 2 hours a day before they go outside. That'll make them a better musician. Think about it. Your punishment is you got to practice. There you go. Make them do it. You ain't come out that room until you play something. There you go. It'll get in their system. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Now, you plucking guys that don't know how to pluck and y'all just starting, pluck. Just keep plucking. Pluck until it gets on your nerves. Because eventually you're going to be plucking. You're going to be flying. So I'm going to give you the other part of this. This is quick. Nothing fancy. Just do what I'm asking you. Don't jump the gun. Just pluck. All right? Let's go. Now, remember, right-hand bass player. Don't use this hand. Because this hand will follow this hand. Left-handed bass player that plays left-handed but don't play right-handed, use this hand to pluck. Don't use this hand. You got to improvise. I am a right-handed bass player. Okay? Now, here I'm going to get closer so you won't see my face too much, but I'm going to show you what you got to do. I changed basses because this one got a white pick guard so you can see a lot clearer. Okay? I'm coming up. Here we go. Let me adjust a little bit. Okay? Now, you're plucking this string, right? Which is the fourth string, which is the E string. Okay? Now, for 2 weeks, Y'all done plucked this. You should have something like that. But anyway, I want to show you something that you're going to go to the next string, but you need to go to all strings and do it slowly and correctly. Don't be fast. Don't try to go fast. Just go slow. Watch now. Okay, when you see bass players playing, like even Stanley Clarke and them, they got to come over to reach to the next string, see? To go up to the next string. Okay? So when you're plucking, you go. You see, you got to go over to get to this string. Right? Now you want to go to the next one. Then the G string, the next string. I'm sorry. So I'm going to try it again. E. Oh, I'm sorry. E. Fourth string. A is the third string. D is the second string. And G is the first string. Okay? Now, you have to do that slowly and correctly. Slow and correctly. Let's try it. E string, fourth string. I didn't say the other names of the strings because I want you to say them. I can't hear you, but I like for you to try to remember those. That's why I didn't say nothing. I just gave you the first tone string that we used, which is the fourth string in its E. Okay? Now, there's another catch to this. When you playing and you're going up, that's going up. Now when you're going down, this is what you have to do. I got to bring my other hand around because I want to bring it closer so you can see it. All right, look here. So you went like this. Right? I'm going to stop right there. Now, look at this now. I'm going to show you something. If you're plucking, 1, 2, 3, 4. This finger is already in position to go to pluck the next string. 2, 3, 4. See, now this finger is on the next string ready to go. And then you see where this finger is. This finger is on the E string ready to go. Show you again. So, it goes a little something like this. Did you hear that? That's what I would like for you to do for the next week. What I just showed you. Do it, please. Just do it slow and correctly. You'll be all right. It's the suffering stage. Part 2 of the pluck. Okay? I'm going to leave y'all at that. Take that. Practice, okay? have a good